Hello everyone, Cat Goblin or Merton here, and today I'm going to be showing you every single enemy in the Lord of the Rings Aragorn's quest. This is going to be part 1 of the review because there are a lot of enemies. So without further ado, let's get into the review. Some key things to note is that after when you defeat an enemy, they can drop experience, coins, arrows, and healing herbs. Now some of these enemies do have their own ghost or hologram in the Shire. So when I say that an orc is located in Mushroom Forest in the Shire, I'm of course referring to their ghost or hologram. Starting off with our first enemy, we have the Trained Dwarf, and he's only found in Hobbiton in the Sword Stall. When you first encounter him, he teaches you combat skills, and he's pretty much a practice opponent. He is equipped with an axe and shield. He can block. If you hit him too much, he will push you away. He doesn't do a lot of damage, and is pretty easy to defeat. Next in Hobbiton, we have the strange Cabbage Machines, and they are found in the Shield Stall. These machines will fling cabbages at you. They do quite a bit of damage, and you can use your shield to block the cabbages. And to defeat it, you just run up to it and it will shut down. Next are the Thugs/Ruffians, and they're only found in Flight to the Ford. These enemies are equipped with swords or clubs. They don't do a lot of damage. They do have some special moves which can make them vulnerable. They have a bit of health, and they are super easy to take down.
Take the halflings!
Next is the Shield Ruffian or Ruffian Captain, and he's only found in Flight to the Ford. This Ruffian is equipped with a sword and shield, and he doesn't do a lot of damage. He will block, but you can bash him with your shield. He has a lot more health than the basic Ruffian, and is very easy to defeat.
The master wants them alive!
Next are the Midgets, and they're only located in the marshes in Flight to the Ford. So it's pretty much a swarm of tiny flies that patrol around the marsh. You can't do damage to them, they do very little damage, and you can easily avoid them. Next are the wolves. You first encounter them in Flights of the Ford and can be located in Rivendell and Moria. The wolves will pounce on you, which does quite a bit of damage. They have a special attack move that you can prevent with your torch. The wolves have quite a bit of health and they can also dodge your attacks, but they are really easy to take down. Next are the Nazguls, or Ring Wraiths, and they're only found in Flights of the Ford. The Ring Wraiths are equipped with Morgul Blades. For attacks, they will hit you, perform a special strike attack, breathe black smoke, and the final one has a scream attack. These guys are pretty much invincible. They cannot take damage from a sword. To defeat them, you have to hit them with your torch. They have quite a lot of health, but if you hit them with the torch while they are performing their special move, it does more damage, and then you can lunge your sword at them. They don't do a lot of damage, and when you defeat them, they will run away. Next is the Troll. You first encounter it in Flights of the Ford and can be located in Rivendell, Moria, and Fangorn Forest. This enemy is equipped with a wooden club, which it will use to slam on you, but it does have a few special slam attacks that can make it vulnerable, and it will use its left arm to block. These trolls have a lot of health. To quickly defeat them, you can wait for them to become vulnerable and then strike, or you can just hit them and wait. They do quite a lot of damage. You can break their defense with your shield, but other than that, they are pretty easy to take out. Next is the Spider. You first encounter it in Flights of the Ford and can be located in Rivendell, Moria, Fangorn Forest, and Mushroom Forest. These little enemies will bite you. They do very little damage and only have 1 HP. They can be seen coming out of the ground, trees, and spider nests. The spiders are easy to defeat, and you can use your bow and fire arrows to destroy the spider nests. The next spider is like the last one, except for this one is giant. You first encounter it in Rivendell and can be found in Moria, Fangorn Forest, and Mushroom Forest. This spider has more health and does quite a bit of damage. For attacks, it will bite you, but it has a special bite attack and a charge attack. When it prepares to charge, you can use your torch to quickly take it out. They can dodge your attacks, and they can also come out of the ground, ceiling, and spider nests. The last spider is the Spider Queen. You first encounter her in Rivendell and can be found in Mushroom Forest as a side quest. The Spider Queen is way more giant than the last spiders, and she's pretty much a mini boss. She does greater damage, has more health, and for attacks, she will bite you, but her main attack is spitting acid on the ground, which makes her vulnerable to your torch. After when she takes a certain amount of damage, she will burrow underground, spawning smaller spiders, and in the Shire, she's portrayed as Shelob. Next is Boromir. You first encounter him in Rivendell. So basically, in order to get Boromir into your party, you have to beat him in a duel. Boromir is equipped with a sword and shield. He has a lot of health and does quite a bit of damage. His special attacks are similar to the Ruffians. He can block with his shield and he can break your defense, but he becomes your ally in Rivendell and Moria. Next are the Goblins. You first encounter them in Flights of the Ford and can be found in Rivendell, Moria, Fangorn Forest, and Mushroom Forest. These enemies are equipped with short swords or axes. They do very little damage. If you bash them with your shield, they will fall over, and they have very little health. Also, in Moria and Fangorn Forest, they act as scouts. If they see you, they will cry for help. Failing to take them out will spawn goblins, but you can use your bow to quickly take them out before they call in reinforcements. Next are the Goblin Soldiers. You first encounter them in the prologue and can be found in Moria, Rohan, and the Black Gate. The Goblin Soldiers are pretty much like the Goblins, except for they look more armored. Their health and everything is the same as the Goblin. They do not appear as scouts, and they are pretty much another variation of the Goblin. The next goblin is the Goblin Archer. You first encounter them in Rivendell and can be located in Moria, Fangorn Forest, Rohan, Pelennor Fields, and the Black Gate. These goblins will shoot you from long distances. They do very little damage and have very little health. When you get close to them, they will back away, but you can use your shield to deflect their arrows. Now, our final goblin is the Goblin Pikesmen. You first encounter them in the prologue, and they can be found in Moria, Rohan, Pelennor Fields, and the Black Gate. These goblins are equipped with pikes, which they will use to lunge at you. They do very little damage, but they have a special charge attack that can quickly take away your health. They're pretty easy to defeat, and they have slightly more health than the previous goblins. Next, we have the Cave Troll, and it's only found in Moria. The Cave Troll has exactly the same attacks as the Troll, except for it has more health, does slightly more damage, is equipped with a stone club, and also has a rage attack that can knock you back. Other than that, they are really easy to take down. Also, they can be seen pushing siege towers in Helm's Deep and Pelennor Fields. Last, we have the Balrog. You first see it in the end cutscene in the prologue, and you encounter it as an enemy in Moria. Now, in Moria, you and the Fellowship will have to run away from the Balrog. You can run back and hit it, but it's pretty much invincible. When you hit it, experience will come off, but the heat that the Balrog emits will damage you. When you have to assist Gimli, you have to distract the Balrog by using your bow, and you can shoot the Balrog's head, hands, and feet to distract it. The Balrog does greater damage, and it will use its fiery sword or chain whip to hit you. Alright everyone, so that was part 1 of every single enemy in Lord of the Rings Aragorn's Quest. Like and subscribe and stay tuned for the next part.